Peace. So, kind of a busy couple of days. Yesterday, spent a lot of time finding the right document to read uh, as a representative of the Parliament of the World's Religions, but also for a representative of the Universal Education Foundation to read prior to the start of the vigil tomorrow night. And so we have that ready. I chose the Ethic for Interfaith Work from the 1993 Parliament of the World's Religions in Chicago. Then I worked on completing the PowerPoint for my talk at Link's Wonderland, It Is Well With My Soul group. This is the last remaining Diversity Circle group in Fort Wayne. And I think it was well received. The room was packed. It's a small room, so it's not a lot of people, but they were all interested, had questions, participated. We had some students from IPFW there, and we had a Baha'i there, so that was kind of cool. And so between soul food and camaraderie, presenting out of the Parliament, I talked about my own interfaith journey, and then the history of the Parliament of the World's Religions. The first Parliament in 1893, the second one 100 years later in 1993, both in Chicago. The creation of a council for the Parliament of the World's Religions, and then the parliaments that were held after that in Cape Town, South Africa, Barcelona, Spain, Melbourne, Australia, and the various significant speakers that were there: Desmond Tutu, Nelson Mandela, Jane Goodall, Karen Armstrong, the Dalai Lama, just so many people, and the documents that guide us. And so there's the ethic for interfaith that is at the heart of interfaith dialogue from that point on. And there's the storytelling that leads to resiliency, the sacred spaces, the apology to the Aborigines of Australia, so much. And then I talked about our local interfaith groups, and then finally the pre-Parliament event at Wunderkammer on April 11th. And I believe people were interested. They had a lot of questions. I have to say that part of the conversation afterwards went away from the Parliament and talked about current events. In our state, sadly, the State House has passed overwhelmingly a law that allows for discrimination against gays, lesbians, transgender on the basis of protecting religious freedoms and rights. And so people of color and Christians in the group were all concerned about where does this end? How can we combat this? And so that was a big focus. At the same time, they did have lots of questions about the interfaith work. And one of the questions I need to get better at answering is, what's the job? What's the work? Why go to this Parliament? It's Salt Lake City in October. And I know the answer. The answer is that each time there's a Parliament, they have multifoci that becomes the guidance between that and the next one for all different faiths. And they're the collective wisdom of all these people. And in this case, it's going to be focused on the status of women in all faiths, the distribution of wealth and the implications if we don't get that right, the devastation of the environment and how we desperately need to work quickly to turn that around. And then finally, violence in the name of religion at all levels, internationally, nationally, locally, to bullying and hate crimes. And so I need to get better at saying that these are real specific things that we're going to be doing and not just some general thing, because I get very excited about the colors, the smells and bells, the experiences, the opportunities to participate in all different types of ritual and worship. But the fact is that there's concrete work that will affect NGOs and denominations and faiths and individuals for years to come from this Parliament, and that's why I need to let people know. So it was a good meeting. I really liked that crowd a lot. I can't wait to go back. I enjoyed the fried chicken, the collard greens, the black eyed peas. It's always good and fun and welcoming there, and I'll be there next month as a participant. So um, that's all for now. Tomorrow night is our vigil, and I'm looking forward to this summer event because I'm looking forward to people being brought together. I'm looking forward to our students see what interfaith solidarity looks like. I'm looking forward to the opportunity to pray for the Christians and all the others who are being persecuted and martyred in the Middle East and Africa and around the world, in fact. So that's all for now. Take care. Namaste.